All right, guys, let's try this. Hi. Hopefully it's nice to see me. I don't know that I've showered in a couple days, but such is quarantine life. So I wanted to give you an update on the AP Chemistry exam because I got some additional information yesterday. So that's kind of the purpose of this. The first thing you need to know, and hopefully you can see this, is you need to tell me if you are taking the exam or not. I've talked to most of you, but there's a few of you I haven't talked to yet. So if I haven't confirmed with you that you're taking the exam or you're not taking the exam, you've got to let me know by May 1st, preferably before then, just because I want to make sure that I can get you the refund that you deserve. Okay? Next, exam day. So hopefully you are aware of this, that the AP Chemistry exam got moved a week. It is May 14th, and it's at 2 p.m. Consider yourselves lucky because those people, the students in Asia who are taking this, are taking it at like 2 and 3 in the morning. So we are lucky that it's a 2 p.m. spot. Hopefully you'll all be awake by then. What you'll do is you'll get a ticket emailed to you. It'll also be in your My AP account. So when you log into your My AP account, you'll have a ticket that's just for you. It's not to be shared with anybody. And using that, you'll be able to log in and choose and be able to take the AP Chemistry exam. If you get modifications, they should already be set up for you. So you will have 25 minutes to complete the first question and then 5 minutes to upload. So the timer is going to be set for 30 minutes for that first question. The last 5 minutes are for uploading. We're going to talk about how to respond to these free response questions shortly. But make sure you use those full 5 minutes to upload, because if you do not get an upload, then you will get 0 points. So even if, let's say, if you didn't get to part E of it, it's a lot better to not get to part E and be able to upload A through D than to not get your upload in, and then you will not be able to register any responses for that first question. So please, 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 the timer's actually going to turn red when there's 5 minutes left. And what that means is that's when you need to start uploading. Now, the timer will only start when you see the question. Okay, so let's say they don't get started right at 2 o'clock. So I was on a webinar yesterday, and it was definitely, it was supposed to start at 7:15 and it started at 7:18, and I was getting like nervous that I was in the wrong spot. I think that was hopefully by design. So if they don't, or maybe it's just College Board, but if they don't get started right at the right time, that's okay, because the timer hasn't started for you until you see the question. So once you see the question, that's when your timer starts. It'll turn red when you've got 5 minutes left to start your upload. Okay. Now, the other thing they told us was do not expect to finish. Abby, this is for you. Do not expect to finish the exam. They made it long on purpose. They're not expecting kids to finish it. Okay, so if you don't get all the way through problem 1 or problem 2, that's okay. You can still get a 5. They explicitly said that. You can still get a 5 even if you don't answer the entire problem, but they have to load it up with stuff. So make sure that you answer it to the best of your ability. You use all 25 minutes, but you save those last 5 to upload it, okay? But do not expect to finish. The exam is too long. They said that themselves. The exam is too long, okay? You can have a calculator, but you don't need one. May have a calculator. You do not need one. You can have a 4-function, a graphing calculator, something along those lines, but they said you shouldn't need one. You can download one for free on your computer. You can have one right next to you. That's what I would suggest, is having a calculator you're familiar with. Just have it right next to you. So you may have a calculator, and do not expect to have to do any diagrams. Okay, they won't ask you to draw any diagrams. Now, what does that mean? I don't think you'll be drawing those Boltzmann distribution graphs that kind of go, hopefully you can see my cursor, they go up and out, and how does the distribution of speeds of gas particles change? I don't think you'll have to do any of those. I don't even think you'll have to do any Lewis dot diagrams, because that's a diagram, and they will not expect you to draw a diagram. Okay, so I'm not expecting any diagrams. They said no diagrams. However, they will let you either type your responses or handwrite them, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, okay? The last thing that you need to know is that if you have problems during the test, Okay, not just like I don't know what's going on problems, but problems like your internet cuts out, your computer automatically restarts, you close out of the browser window, your little sister is being loud and bothering you, your power goes out, any of those things. Okay, if you have, or the smoke alarm goes off or something, any of those issues, if you have them during the test, do not worry. Okay, do not worry. They have makeup testing. I believe the AP Chem is scheduled for June 2nd. Okay, so they do have makeup testing. All you have to do, you don't have to call anybody. You just have to fill out a single, simple form that says, hey, I had problems during the test. This is why something happened to me. Okay, and you can just, they'll approve it and they'll let you know by May 26th if you are approved for makeup testing. And they said that they're generally going to approve all of those types of things that are like, hey, my sibling was bothering me. I had to babysit in the middle of it, or there was a family emergency, or my internet cut out, my Wi-Fi cut out, my computer restarted, I accidentally closed a window. The only thing they're not going to approve is if you just say, I ran out of time. So don't say that. Okay, but they're not going to approve you just running out of time. That's not acceptable. So you've got to be good at watching that time. Okay, now responses. How can you respond to these free response questions? You can either type them or you can handwrite them. It's up to you. They showed some statistics that more than 50% of kids on the AP Chemistry exam are planning on handwriting their answers. I totally support handwriting your answers unless your answers are going to be impossible to follow. Some of you know who you are that I'm referring to. If you would prefer to handwrite it, go ahead. If you prefer to type it, go ahead. Okay. They said that any math or equations you have to do will be easily typable. They would be something like 6 plus 2 divided by 5 or something like that. So it would be easy to type those. They also said they're going to give you a keyboarding cheat sheet, not a cheat sheet, but a keyboarding reference guide that should show you how to put in maybe subscripts or superscripts. Because of that, I don't really expect them to ask you about a net ionic equation, or maybe they're going to ask which net ionic equation is correct or something along those lines. But I can't imagine, this is just my gut, okay, that they're going to say, hey, type out a net ionic equation. You can handwrite it. If you handwrite it, try to keep it on one page for each question if you can. Otherwise, you can add multiple pages per a document. I would suggest using Genius Scan. This is something I know we've talked about a little bit before. I know Sylvie uses this. It should be, I think Adele uses this too. It should be really easy. Download it and try it now. Okay, try doing multiple pages now so that on test day you don't have to worry about it. You can also use Adobe Scan. And I heard Adobe Scan is also really easy. These are both free apps that you should be able to download for either type of phone or a tablet that you might have. So that you can take those, maybe email them to yourself or put them up on your OneDrive so that you can then upload them using your tablet. I want you to practice that, okay? I really want you to practice that. And I'll probably put an assignment in AP Classroom in Canvas as we get closer, where I'm going to have you handwrite something or type something and then upload it to me. You've been doing this from time to time already. Some of you turn it in very creative ways, but we're going to practice that. You want to practice that? Guess where you can practice that? AP Classroom. I know AP Classroom can be a little cumbersome, but AP Classroom has new free response questions. They're flagged with like little green shields or little green things. They're flagged with green, like a lime green color. And you can actually assign them to yourself. So I want you to try that too. So those AP Classroom free response questions, they're flagged with green, which will let you download. Nope. It'll let you see the question, take a picture of your response or type your response and then upload it. You'll be able to practice uploading your responses. Now, please, you need to practice that. You cannot have uploading your responses be your problem on the AP Chem exam. No. If anything's going to be your problem in the AP Chem exam, let the chemistry be your problem on the AP Chem exam, okay? Not the uploading, not the logistics of it. Upload it. Okay, practice uploading it. Try AP Classroom. If you need me to make you like a little tutorial on how to do that, I can try. The problem is I don't see the student view. I only see the teacher view. So I can assign you some of those green shield questions, but I think you should be able to assign them to yourself. Try it and let me know. Okay. The other thing I want you to be aware of while you're doing this is it is OpenNote. and open internet, really. I mean, you can really Google any answer that you want. They're not going to give you questions that are easily Googleable. So while you're making those reference sheets, that's what those open note things that we're doing. Anything that you think you could Google quickly shouldn't be on those reference sheets. Not because I want you to Google the answers, okay? In fact, I want you to stay as far away from Google as possible during the AP Chem exam, and I will tell you why in a second. But the AP Chem exam is not going to ask you questions that a simple Google search would help you find. They've said that to us multiple times, okay? So make sure your reference sheets, what I've seen that I really love that you guys have been doing on these is you've been doing writing down your common mistakes and reminding yourself not to do it. Somebody was like, I always forget to turn the percentages in a average atomic mass into decimals. So I wrote that to myself on the reference sheet. That's perfect. That's what should be on those reference sheets, okay? Nothing should be on a reference sheet that's easily Googleable because likely it won't be asked about. If you want to put it there to make yourself feel better, that's great. But keep them a little bit lean. What I mean by that is not super long because you want to be able to find the answers quickly because, like I said, as up here, do not expect to finish. Time is going to be an issue. And that's why I'm going to say avoid Google. Please don't fall down a Google rabbit hole, okay? It is so easy to try and find the answer to a question on Google and just Google and click and go back and click. And then by the time you know it, it's time to upload and you're only on part A. I really want you to avoid Google because, again, they shouldn't have answers that are readily available there. Okay, so be careful of that. You will waste so much time on Google, and I don't want you to do that. Let's see if there we go. Okay, you will waste so much time on Google. I would rather you avoid it. Okay, it is not worth the output. The opportunity cost is too big for those of you who are in economics. You are putting too much energy in and you're not going to get enough benefit out. Okay, so make sure those reference sheets are lean and mean and quick so that you can find the things that you need to find. Some people were doing arrows for periodic table trends. I love that. Okay, so avoid going down the Google rabbit hole. Okay, the last thing, not really, but probably, I want to talk to you about is cheating. Okay, now the College Board has said that they have some very specific and high-tech ways to detect cheating, okay? I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are. I have no idea how they will know, but they claim that they will know, okay? They claim that they have people on Reddit who are looking for chat rooms and looking for Reddit threads that are designed for students to start working on these problems together during this short amount of time. They claim they have these high-tech ways to detect cheating, but they're not going to tell us what they are, so we can't try and circumvent them. And honestly, we shouldn't, right? Of course. But they have these high-tech ways to detect cheating. They have said that any students who they catch cheating, they are going to, because they are the College Board, tell all the colleges, okay? They're going to tell all the colleges, hey, so-and-so was caught cheating on an AP chemistry exam. Now, I know that they have the power to do that and that they can do that. So please don't cheat. And what is cheating? Well, cheating is having your dad take this for you, collaborating with a classmate. It is collaborating or asking me questions. I can't answer any of your questions during this test, okay? It is having somebody else take the exam for you. It is having like a group FaceTime and trying to all work on the problems together. They have some very high-tech plagiarism tools, so they'll be able to see if your responses are too similar to somebody else's. They have some other things that, again, I don't know what they are. But remember, they have threatened to, and I believe they will carry this out, they have threatened to blacklist you at colleges. That means you got accepted to your dream school, you can't wait to go. Then you cheat on the AP chemistry exam and they let all your colleges know that you cheated on that exam. And so not only will they maybe not accept credit, but they could rescind your acceptance. And is it really worth it? No, it's probably not. They know your work. You've done stuff on AP Classroom all year, so they know what your work looks like. I know what your work looks like. So I would just say do the best that you can on your own as an individual effort. And I wouldn't test them here because they're really, really trying to prevent it as best they can. All right, that's all I've got right now. I have more information that's going to be coming. When I have that information, I'll send it. You're supposed to be getting like a little worksheet, like a checklist. Make sure your computer's charged, your phone is charged, things to practice, etc. I will make a list on tomorrow's announcement of things to practice. Downloading those 2 apps. Deciding if you want to handwrite it or upload it or type it. Practicing uploading things, doing those AP classrooms. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Hopefully it was decent, all right to see me, even though I'm like a mess and I don't know what's happening upstairs. I'm in my newly refinished basement, guys. I miss you. I miss you all something fierce, and I hope you are all okay. Please let me know. Reach out to me if you need anything at all, even if it's just a hello or a check-in. And I really hope to see you soon. Good luck. You're going to do great on this test. I know it.